Hello, everyone. Welcome to the latest issue of Comic Book Gentlemen, the podcast where we use our decades of being giant nerds to discuss the most divisive issues in the fandom. I'm your host, Greg, joined by my constant co-host, Dave. Dave, how's it going?
Happy New Year?
Happy New Year, yeah. We're a little bit late to the game.
We're way behind, yeah.
Yeah, but it is a new year.
Technically, isn't every day a Happy New Year?
Like
it could be, because it's the New Year for that particular day.
I guess, it's the barometer of what point you stop giving a shit that it's a new year.
It's all bearing on the fact that sitting out in the cold, counting down the clock like a bunch of idiots, and getting excited about some fireworks.
Yeah.
That's
New Year.
Really the only difference.
But it is 2026. This is our first episode of the year. Do you have any New Year's resolutions this year? What are you feeling?
Read more.
Read more. Hey, that's a good one.
Which is going to be hard to do because I'm already reading a lot. But
you got to double down.
Yeah, I got to double down. Yeah. I think for me, it's just staying the course as far as reading different stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. I've really enjoyed last year. I made a concerted effort to get out and read different. Not just genres, but different publishers, and it paid off very well because there was some really good stuff. I mean, there was some bad stuff, but there was mostly good stuff.
I mean, just look at your top 5, which go check out our last episode. Like, I don't think you had a single Marvel thing on there, and nope. I can't remember if you had DC, but yeah, it was.
Yeah, I had DC.
Yeah, but it was pretty crazy your adventures into other fandoms.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's. I mean, hey, reading is good for you. It's better than doom scrolling all the time, right? So,
yeah, especially now.
Especially now. We won't get into it, but man, what a January.
yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, so as the title suggests of this episode, we're looking forward to 2026. Again, we're about a month in already, but we're excited to see what else is coming on. Obviously, there's a chance that a lot of this stuff could get moved around, or you never know.
Canceled.
Like you never know what's going to happen. But this is kind of things that we're looking ahead to, of like, hey, this has potential to be really good.
Yeah.
And of course, we're sticking mainly with comic book stuff. So that's going to be the actual comic books, TV shows, movies, video games, whatever. Maybe I don't know. Maybe you have a T-shirt you're really excited for.
Yeah. Who knows?
We'll get in there. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about 2026. Where you pick which category you want to start with.
Well, let's just start with comics.
Comics. Okay.
Why not?
Yeah.
It's the ground for which all of this is built.
Yeah.
For me, I think it was as I kind of looked through the schedule of stuff coming out and whatnot. I broke it down. Like, there's the individual comics themselves, and I called events kind of a separate thing. Mm-hmm. So the actual individual comics that I'm kind of excited about. I'm excited about the new Daredevil comic coming out, written by Stephanie Phillips, who is actually the second female writer on Daredevil.
Wow.
In like eons. Like it's I think a big deal to just get a different perspective, a different writer in there who's also a talented writer. I like some of the stuff that she's done. And then Lee Garbett as the artist. Not overly familiar with Lee, but I've seen some of his work on the internet. Looks good. I'm just excited about a fresh start, and I think they did it right this time with not just Daredevil, but the other one I was going to mention was Iron Man by Joshua Williamson. Mm-hmm. And with art from Carmen Canero. I think what they did was they closed down the comic, and then they waited months before they actually relaunched it, which I think was a good step. And I think in both cases they went out and said, we need to find a good writer and a good artist to get this back on its feet, which I think they nailed for both of those. Another one that I was looking forward to, just because I'm a sucker for X-Force comics, is Inglorious X-Force by Tim Seeley and Philip Tan. I'm just a sucker for X-Force, especially when X-Force shows up and they have Cable with them. It's always fun, and it's going to be a part of that Shadows of Tomorrow storyline that they're doing, which I'll talk about later. But it's just I'm always just a sucker for the X-Force comics. Very excited about Transformers, switching over to Robert Kirkman and Dan Mora. Mm-hmm. I think they did a smash job. Just killed it in the first 3 or 4 graphic novels that they put out. I'm looking forward to seeing what Kirkman and Mora do with it moving forward.
Yeah.
And then last year we only just got a little smidge taste of Batman with Matt Fraction and George Jimenez. I'm looking forward to that moving forward, because they just right at the end of the year they introduced the new villain that's kind of going to be, I think, center stage here, and I'm excited to see where that goes. And I really like the way that Matt Fraction's writing Batman. The art is spectacular. Jimenez is awesome. So I'm just looking forward to more of that. I got a taste in 2025. looking for a full dose in 2026.
A little appetizer. Yeah. I'm on the same page with Joshua Williamson, Iron Man. I've actually never... I don't think I've ever really read Iron Man. Like, he's always just, like, a part of the Avengers or something like that. I think the only time I really did was Ultimate Iron Man, because I read everything Ultimate back in the day. But yeah, Joshua Williamson, I've heard nothing but good things about, so I think you're right of, like, sometimes you see that new perspective of, like, and Iron Man's been in such a weird place recently, so it's like, let's mix things up, let's restart it. Not restart, but...
I would say it would go as far as 2 or 3 of the last, at least the last 2 or 3 creative teams. It just has not been good.
Yeah, so let's bring Iron Man back. I'm excited to shout that out. Two other bigger ones that are supposed to be coming back in 2026. I'm excited for Sega. Again, I only started reading it 2 years ago. Now was the first time I read all of it in one go. So now I'm itching for more Sega. Of course, it's one of those big bombastic books that they usually take really long hiatuses for. So I'm like, come on, where's the next one? Like, it's gonna be so good. And then Something Is Killing the Children is returning at the end of February. So I'm excited for that new section of the graphic novel. Great, and they even said they've already announced the one after that is already coming out later this year as well. So it should be a good year for Something Is Killing the Children.
When is the TV series?
Dude, when is the TV series?
It's so funny that there's great series like that you're just going like, and where's the TV series?
Well, apparently Netflix owns the TV rights, and it's just like, and now that Stranger Things is dead, you think they'd be like,
this is
scrambling for something, right? So it's hilarious that it hasn't happened. But yeah, I'm super excited for that to continue. One that I was surprised maybe you were planning on mentioning in a minute here. The end of the Ultimate Universe and Armageddon are planned for this year. Armageddon is the next big crossover event. So let's focus on the end of the Ultimate Universe first. Yeah. I know you've already read issue 1. Yes. What are your initial thoughts on it?
I can't wait for the end of the Marvel Ultimate Universe.
You're that excited about it? Right?
I honestly, I think, like, were there some good stuff? Like, yes, we've discussed before. Camp, I think, did a really good job creating a very interesting idea with the Ultimates. The Ultimate Spider-Man I felt like all of them kind of started off with a bang and then just petered out. Yeah. And it felt like just, I hate to say it felt like it was just a huge cash grab. Yeah. As far as like, the Ultimate titles generally generate a lot of buzz. People jump on board. You initially had some really good artists, some really good writers doing them, and then you just kind of mailed it in after that. And the fact that it's not ending with Hickman, at least writing it out, I don't understand what they're doing with it, and I don't know if I can trust anything that Hickman's name is attached to moving forward. No, because it's like he starts these things and then something happens, whether it's his fault or something else, and then it's just left in somebody else's hands to decipher his handwritten crazy notes or something. Like, I don't know what's going on.
What if X?
What if X?
It's your problem. It's your
so
problem.
There's X-Men. Go. I'm very disappointed with it.
I mean, in that vein, like, I'm also excited for it to end, but mainly because I'm, like, just curious to see how it's going to end, because obviously this is something, since the beginning, was hyped up of the makers coming back, the city's going to release, like, what is that going to mean? And, like, I think you're right of, like, a lot of the series kind of just started spinning its wheels, and I'm excited to see, like, okay, now we're officially ending it. How are we going to close out all these storylines? Are they going to close out well? Probably not, but like at least they're actually going to end, and we'll see what happens. It's so fun to think about, like, again, when the Ultimate Universe started, it was so good, everybody loved it so much that DC then made its Absolute Universe, and I feel like everybody now is like, oh no, Absolute's way better. Like, like what happened, type of thing.
Like, so, you can just see the difference in the staying power. Like you can see.
Well, like you said, it seems like Absolute's willing to, like, do whatever you want.
Let's push it. Let's keep going.
Keep going. Keep your team the way it is and do whatever you want. As opposed to Endgame, Ultimate Universe, where they're like, no, it's ending in 2 years. Like, you have, type of thing. So, but they did announce that after the Ultimate Endgame, they're going to do Ultimate Impact. Yeah. Which, again, I wasn't. Like, I'm not that excited in the sense of, like, I don't think it's going to be a good story, but I'm curious about, like, how it's going to impact the Marvel Universe, because what the description was is that Miles Morales is going to have all these origin cubes. Yeah. And then it's like, what's going to happen with that? And I think, and they specifically said that's going to lead into Armageddon. Yeah. And I'm very much in the vein, and we kind of mentioned this last year, of, like, Marvel needs a shakeup. Yeah. Because it's just been stagnant, and, like, nothing's really sticking and stuff like that. So I can see you get somebody like Zdarsky doing Armageddon, ready to blow everything up, and then you have all these origin cubes coming in with Miles Morales to potentially like start new things. My prediction is that that's basically what's going to happen. Is like they're going to kind of merge. What were the good things from the Ultimate Universe? What's not working in Marvel, and let's just merge them. Like I think Spider-Man's going to get reset.
Kind of like what they did with Secret Wars.
100%.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I think like I can 100% seeing Peter Parker Spider-Man getting 100% reset. Like not that Kelly's doing bad, but I think like it's just like they just need to change things up, and like I can see X-Men potentially getting reset. Like there's a lot of things where I feel like they're just spinning its wheels. That like this could be a good way to mix things up.
I 100% agree with you. I would take it even further. Like I think the entirety of Marvel is spinning its wheels right now.
Yeah.
There's nothing in Marvel that is grabbing anybody's attention. It almost feels like they're just spinning because over the last 20 years they had the movies that were coming out that was generating so much interest, and then with that interest they started to kind of capitalize on it by bringing in some good writers and some artists and putting them on top who also at the same time just happened to just nail it and do a really good job. And now it's just like we don't have great movies coming out like to date. We've changed our direction like 8 times. Like it's just a mess, and they need a like not a full restart, like not a like hey we're gonna 52 this. Please don't. But it like certainly they need a restart.
Well, I want something like Civil War.
A reset. Sorry.
Reset, yeah. Like I want something like Civil War or at the end of House of M or like you said Secret Wars. Sure. Like something that's big enough to cause a ripple where like you're not starting at zero. It's just a big enough change that at least you have something interesting to play off of, right? Like the problem was like Blood Hunt was fun, but it doesn't actually like super impact anything other than
I would chalk that up to that's a perfect way to describe it.
Yeah.
Fun.
It was fun. Yeah, and you got Moon Knight back, so there you go, right? So those are some comics that we're paying attention to.
Yeah.
Any more you want to mention, or you want to move on to the next topic?
I would just say, but like with the comics, I guess this would lead into another topic, which is the actual events side of thing. Is I think there's 2 things going on in Marvel that at least have my interest peaked, which would be the Shadows of Tomorrow within the X-Men. Not so much the, again, gambit of titles that they've just suddenly just, thrown out there. But the fact that like where they left from Age of Revelation, which I really liked in the sense of the main storyline, where they ended it was fun for me because I was like, it was unexpected because I was really not expecting much out of what was happening. It kind of like felt like a reverse Days of Futures Past kind of thing. It's like some retread stuff that we've seen before, but I thought at the very end when they kind of flipped the script and really let you know what was happening, what they were trying to do, and then the kind of the cliffhanger they ended on, I was like, that was actually pretty good. It's actually got me jazzed about going back to the X-Men comic, not Uncanny X-Men, unfortunately. But the X-Men comic, because I want to see where this is going. Yeah. Because it's piqued my interest for sure. Which is interesting to hear you say that, because so far I have no interest in X-Men outside of Jed McKay. So the fact that you said there's something out of Age of Revelation is piquing my interest. I'm like, okay, now I got to figure out what's going on. So no, that's cool. I'm glad. Yeah, it was. I think the cliffhanger was just anybody that said, "Oh yeah, I saw that coming," is full of shit. Because I like that just. Out of nowhere. When they started to introduce it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no. And then you find out what it is. Well, you don't even really find out exactly what it is. It's just it leaves you in a feeling like, I think I know what this is. And it's not good. Yeah. So. Okay, that's awesome. I mean, the funny thing is, like, I feel like, obviously we focus on a Marvel a lot when it comes to what we're excited for, but I think that's because they need something new to be excited for. Whereas, like, DC seems to be killing it, and, like, a couple other ones seem to be killing it. Yeah, so, their Absolute series, I think, are doing just fine. Their other series, they've had the same problems since the start of time, which is Batman sells, everything else is so hit and miss, and of late, it's probably been a lot of miss. Yeah. All right. Well, let's mix things up. Go on to our next topic. Let's talk about video games. Sure. Because I feel like we're probably going to say the same thing. Mm-hmm. One more thing on the event side is I am looking forward, and this is just blind faith. Mm-hmm. I am looking forward to Armageddon. Okay. Yeah. And the reason why is exactly what we've already discussed, which is it needs a reset. Yeah. And I think I'm excited to see what Chip Zdarsky can do on a bigger stage of like a rounder event, and not just like oh hey, we have some Celestials come down and judge everybody, like not something like that, but something that's supposed to do a nice clean reset to start the new environment in which we move forward with the Marvel Universe.
Well, even what he's done with Captain America, like his one, like introducing another new Captain America that was like the Captain America for 9/11 and stuff like that is very interesting. So I can see him doing something like that where it's like, let's play with the timeline a little bit. And
but other than that, we know nothing about Armageddon, and that's how much I am desperately wanting to see a reset. It's like I'm looking forward to it, just because I'm hoping it just sends us in a different direction.
That's so funny. Yeah. Okay, but yeah, let's switch over to video games. What I'll quickly say is, of course, Marvel Rivals. Deadpool was a really cool character. The next character, which is Elsa Bloodstone, which is like I said, it's what's so cool about Marvel Rivals is they're willing to go to those people that you have no idea who the hell they are. So I'm very curious to see what they could do after this. Like, where's Ghost Rider? Where's Cyclops? Like, there's so many big characters they haven't done yet. Yeah. That it's like I can't wait to see what they do. But I think the biggest Power Pack.
We need to see Power Pack.
Dude, imagine Marvel Rivals. Dude, if you could do Power Pack where you swap between all the characters, that'd be so sick. That'd be a lot of fun. Yeah. Anyways, but I
plus, think somebody out there is going to be like, "What? I get to lay into some children? This is great."
I mean, Penny Parker's there. People like to blow her up, so there you go. But I think one of the biggest video games has to be Wolverine.
Yes,
dude, it makes me want to buy a PS5. Yes, I don't say that, but it looks so fucking good.
It does.
Like, as an owner of a PlayStation, like, give it to me.
It's on my list.
It's on your list.
Yeah, like I mean, it's done by the same people that did the Spider-Man franchise, so I'm all in. That first Spider-Man game was so. Lack of a better word, amazing.
Yeah.
But it was just so good. It captured so many elements of not just Spider-Man, and what was interesting is it wasn't your traditional Spider-Man story. So I'm curious to see where they take the Wolverine one. Like, there's going to be obviously some elements of his story.
Yeah.
But do they take a little bit of some liberal, creative, changes to some stuff? I don't know. But everything I've seen from trailers to gameplay to everything looks like it's just going to be a hack and slash great time. And they did a great job of saying, like, no, this is PG because you're not killing anybody. You're just hacking up robots and stuff. So you're not killing anybody. But man, there looks like there's a lot of blood.
Yeah, I thought they said it was rated R. Or am I crazy?
I didn't think it was.
Or rated M. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't want to say it's their worst rating. Just because of the fact that they purposely have you mostly fighting robots.
Yeah. Which is a good way to get around it. Because it still looks brutal. Yeah. Let's see if there's an official rating.
I guess not even robots. They're like Sentinels / something.
Yeah. It doesn't. Maybe it doesn't say. Yeah. Maybe they haven't officially said yet. Because sometimes they need to wait for the game to be further in development before they can say. But it looks, the first trailer they dropped looks amazing. I'm expecting, probably Summer Games Fest, which is usually June, July. They'll probably release another one. It's going to be sick. Like I said, I'm so sad I don't have a PlayStation. I'm hoping because it's Wolverine and not Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is obviously owned by Sony. Yeah. Maybe they'll release it earlier on Steam than Spider-Man, but... Who knows, but it looks so good. Any other video games?
That's the only one I've got my eye on.
That's the only one I got my eye on.
the only one that I'm even looking at.
Yeah. I mean, there is the Captain America Black Panther
1942. Yeah, it looked. I mean, from what I saw, it looked intriguing. Like I would definitely give it a look. Mm-hmm. But I'm not overly familiar with the game developer. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of set in the past a little bit as well.
1940s.
In the 40s, so it's. It might be really good.
Well, the other weird part is they had the one trailer 2 years ago, and nothing since. So it's what's happening with this?
That's
game?
what you call a teaser. Yeah, it was so long ago that you forget that the game's even coming out.
It may never come again. So that's our quick dip into video games. Yeah. Let's go over to TV shows. We'll leave movies to last. I forgot to mention this at the top. Of course, we'll be talking about Avengers, but let's switch over to TV show real quick. What do you got on your radar for TV?
Very much, especially after they dropped the teaser trailer. I hate those things.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me a trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Daredevil Born Again season 2.
Yeah.
So looking forward to it. Especially with the fact that we know now, obviously from the trailer, that you've got Jessica Jones coming back. You see him in his black suit.
Yeah.
Which looks rad.
It looks so the poster with the
yeah.
the it looks so good.
Yeah. So I'm very much looking forward to that, seeing where they take it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where it goes.
So Jessica Jones, do you think they bring back Luke Cage and Iron Fist, or what do you think?
I think you might see. I think you might. I don't know if you'll see Iron Fist. That one didn't go over too well. But yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if Luke Cage made an appearance. To some degree in it, for sure. But I mean, you've already got like the Punisher. You've already got you know, obviously the Kingpin. You've got Bullseye. You know, like I just think, you know, you still have to wrap up the story that you're telling already without injecting, you know, a gazillion other people into it. I'm just looking forward to it because I thought it was good. Did I think it was good as the first couple seasons that Netflix did? No.
Yeah.
The Netflix is untouchable as far as just the grittiness of it and everything else, but this was pretty damn close. It was pretty damn close.
I think it was my issue with Born Again season 1. My only it was really good. It was just like a little bit slow at first, and obviously it's because they just had to reestablish what was going on and stuff like that. I think now that they've established what's going on, season 2, I can see just going out just go fight, like you still have Bullseye running around, like you said, like it's gonna be crazy. Hopefully they really amp it up. My question is like, every season of Daredevil ends with Wilson Fisk like in prison, and then he gets out. And then he's in prison, and then he gets out. Like, do you think anything's going to happen to Fisk? Like, what's going to happen?
That's a good question. I don't think so.
No.
I mean, as long as you got the actor committed to the role and is a good character. I mean, he still hasn't shown up in any of the Spider-Man movies.
That's a good point.
He's
such a character that affects everybody, right?
Yeah, so. Like, I think it, you know, again, it'll be a, you know, he's in a coma. Something.
Yeah. I just want something different because I feel like we've had the same ending like 3 times for Daredevil. So we'll see what happens. One TV show I'm so excited for is Invincible season 4. Oh my gosh! So this storyline that they're going to cover in season 4 is probably the best Invincible storyline of all time, which is the Viltrumite War. Like, I remember reading this for the first time, like, 15 years ago at this point, which is crazy. But, like, it blew my mind. It was so cool. And then, like, the ramifications that come out of it, and, like, it affects, like, almost every character in the show, like, just in crazy ways. I think people are going to just lose their mind when they see what happens in this season. Yeah. And Kirkman has confirmed there's going to be a bunch of new stuff that he never got the chance to do in the books that he wants to throw in there. Like, I don't think it'll all be about the Viltrumite War, but I think it'll be just around it. Plus, you also have the introduction of my favorite villains, one of my favorite villains of all time, Dinosaurus. So cool. He's an eco-terrorist dinosaur that's a genius and like only shows up when the host body is completely I don't know. It's just an insane Kirkman shit. Like, I honestly think my only fear is I think the first couple seasons are going to save a lot of the animation budget and could be a little bit jank, and then all the animation budget's going to be at the end and it's going to be so good. But yeah, I know you've been slowly getting into Invincible. Any thoughts?
I gave for Christmas we gave my niece the first compendium.
Oh wow!
And she opened it up, and then she just about peed herself. She was so excited.
Oh okay.
Because her and my brother have been watching the animated series, and she is like so in deep into like the Invincible universe is her version of my Marvel universe when I was a kid. Like, she's just so into it. She's also an artist, so she draws Invincible. She does it like she's just so hard into it. And seeing her excited about it, and and my brother's been very, very, very positive on the TV series. I got to get around to it at some point.
I know you gotta. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it's like they have changed things between the two of them, but like, man, this is probably going to be...
I have all the compendiums.
Yeah. You have them all? What are you doing?
I have to get to them.
Too many on the list, right?
Too many.
Any other TV shows you want to throw out?
TV shows, I would say... It's kind of a cheat because it's already out, but I haven't had a chance to watch it, which is Wonder Man.
Yeah, I've heard nothing but good things.
I've heard good things, but I was very excited when this was launched because outside of obviously the Marvel Trinity for the Avengers, which is Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man, My two favorite Avengers outside of those three iconic figures were Vision and Wonder Man.
Oh, really?
Okay. And I love Wonder Man. So I'm really curious to see what this is. Because I thought they got a great actor to play him. I know some people will be upset at the casting for various ridiculous reasons. Yeah. I say watch the show, and if he does a good job, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I think he'll do a good job. It just from what I've seen of it as far as trailers and stuff, I'm very, very excited to get to it.
Well, even like the whole show's out, even all the reviews have said it's probably the best Marvel show in a long time. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll definitely have to check it out and see what's going on. Another one that I'm like half excited for, only because they made some changes on the back end, is X-Men 97 season 2. Like I'm very, because X-Men 97 season 1 ended like real strong. So I'm very excited for season 2. The only issue is the lead storyteller is gone.
Yeah.
Which makes me very nervous of like where are they gonna go with this. So it's like,
which is I've noticed this with like a trend with some of the shows that I've now been hearing being launched. And not necessarily in the comic book genre, but I wish they would do the same thing as like. For instance, I know that Brandon Sanderson just signed a deal with Apple TV to convert his Cosmere universe.
Oh, wow.
Apple TV, does great stuff, but part of that was that he maintains creative control. Right? Which means if it sucks, it's his fault. Like, you can't blame Apple. It's his fault.
Yeah.
Right? I've heard the same thing about, it was the same thing with, they went out and got the director, showrunner, producer, whatever else he does for The Last of Us, the TV series, and he's going to be doing an HBO series on the Baldur's Gate video game after the video game. Really? So like carrying on the story. And they've brought in Chris Perkins, which I don't understand why, but they brought in some people again to ensure the integrity of that. And he's demonstrated just from The Last of Us, like, hey, there's source material here and I respect it and I'm a fan of it and we're going to stick to it.
Yeah.
And that's what he did. And then he's got the Emmys to back him up because he did Chernobyl.
Yeah.
So, like, I wish they would do the same thing with comic books. Like, whether they would bring in, oh, hey, here's the writer that actually wrote that story. Yeah. And they have creative license over how you're going to tell the story. Not just handing it over to some director and showrunner who don't care.
Yeah. They weren't there,
ultimately,
right?
at the end of the day. So, we'll see.
I mean, that's the hard part about comic books, is just the fact that, like, which writer and which artist do you get to, like you're saying, if you do this of like they have creative control. Like, for example, like a character like She-Hulk has had so many different writers, so many different things.
Yeah.
And like, do you get the current writer Rambo Rao to watch over it, or do you get somebody else to watch over it?
I look like this. Like, I mean, if I'm gonna do a Mark Miller or a Miller Daredevil series.
Mm-hmm. Frank Miller.
I should have him as a consult.
You'd think so,
at least, right? Like, yeah. I mean, that's where I think that these guys, like Marvel didn't write the stories.
No.
Right? The artists, the various artists or various writers told the stories. So just even if it's not like ultimate creative control, at least bring them on as like, just some contact with the actual source material, so that you could actually maybe lean into it a little stronger.
Well, going back to Invincible, I mean, Kirkman has his hands all over this. He's even putting in new stuff that he never got around to, right?
And do you know what? Can you complain about the new stuff? No, because good. Kirkman put it in.
Exactly. Like he's making it what he wants.
Yeah. So it's I wish they would do more of that. Unfortunately, like the Marvel universe itself, especially when you're starting to see the same thing with DC, but the Marvel universe itself is its own weird thing because it makes its own movies and shit. So it's not like, saying like, hey, we'd like, some studio coming to him and going, hey, we'd like to make a Spider-Man movie. and needing that, they make their own. Yeah. So, yeah, it's I just wish they had more of a connection to the source material. I wish they had more respect for the source material, because there's clear indications that when you do, it does so much better. Even if you're going to change it, have the writer that wrote it suggest the changes that are being made. Nobody makes a boo.
100%, right? So yeah, it's just that typical Hollywood BS of like, oh, you're just a comic book writer, type of thing. Like, yeah. So yeah, we'll see what we get. Any other TV shows you want to throw out there? Is something to keep an eye on?
Not on TV side, no.
Okay, let's get into the big boys then. Let's get into movies. We'll save Avengers Doomsday to the end.
Yeah.
Because it's just the big boy that's gonna end the year on. We'll see what happens, right? So let's start with a couple other movies coming out. What's a movie coming out for you that you want to keep an eye on?
Spider-Man: Brand New Day.
Yeah.
Just curious to see where it goes. Just because you have the way they left it with nobody knowing who Peter Parker is. Zendaya's in the movie, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
There's got to be a reason for that. The fact that it's got the Punisher in it. The fact that it's got... a lot of people think that she's going to be playing Silk or the actress from... I think she's playing the...
Sadie Sink, yeah.
Yeah, I think she's playing... because she fits the bill as far as the red hair and stuff. I think she's playing the Punisher's, like... protege.
Oh, okay.
From one of the storylines that they had. That's what I think, because she was also... Somebody caught a photo of her on set wearing a skull.
See, I haven't even seen that. I saw her on set wearing a Spider-Man outfit. So, like, there's so much rumors out there. Like, at one point, she was Rachel Summers, which is insane. Like, why would Rachel Summers be in a Spider-Man movie?
Yeah. So, some people were saying, well, yeah, because they never referred to... they always referred to Mary Jane as MJ.
Yeah.
Is that... No, she's Mary Jane. And then some people were like, well, no, she's Gwen Stacy. And it's just like, like the rumors are always flying.
It's insane.
It's always flying. But the fact that they have announced, they have said like the Scorpion's going to be in it, which is awesome because the Scorpion is a overdue Spider-Man villain. The fact that the Punisher's making an appearance in it, which is going to be fun to know, see a cross between Spider-Man and the Punisher.
Yeah.
Vastly different approaches to how you do superheroism. I'm excited just to see where it goes. It's a Spider-Man movie. I think Tom Holland does a great job. I'm curious to see where it goes based on where they left it off.
Well, it's very interesting too because the director is the guy who did Shang-Chi, and so what they're saying was that it's going to be a lot more street level, a lot more hand-to-hand combat, which is really cool. Tom Holland said this is his favorite one so far, which I mean that's what you would say any movie you're in, right?
Yeah, until he makes the next one.
Until he makes the next one. That. Like you said though, John Bernthal, like you can't go wrong with that. So like you said, very curious what's going to happen. It'd be so funny if they had Sadie Sink and like she was nothing,
It's so funny though because this movie is on track, to come out this year.
Yeah.
And it is so overshadowed by Avengers Doomsday.
Which is crazy because
I'm not hearing
nothing.
Anything.
It's coming out like 6 months before it too. Yeah. Like and nobody's talking. I'm sure maybe actually tomorrow we're recording this the day before Super Bowl. Maybe tomorrow.
Oh yeah, we'll probably get like massive trailers.
Yeah. So potentially we'll see more of it. But like who knows what the fuck's happening. And the fact like you said, I think originally it was supposed to be out after Doomsday and then they pushed everything back. So like what does that mean for the whole multiverse saga of it all too? So there's a lot of question marks. Another one I'm excited for is on the DC side. I'm actually excited for Supergirl.
I'm excited in the sense of that from what I've seen in the trailer and stuff, it looks fun.
Yes.
Right, and that's a big thing. It looks fun. It's got some humor. So I'm in. I'm in for fun and humor. If at the very end that's all it managed to do is a little bit of fun and a lot of humor, great. Yeah. So all it's got. It's got a great baseline.
Yeah.
And if it does better than that, fantastic.
I mean, a lot of people have said, like, especially from the initial trailers, it kind of feels like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Supergirl type of thing. Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm okay with that. Like, it sounds pretty exactly. Like, it's funny because when they first announced this and they said like we're really taking from Woman of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
I was one of those. A lot of people like me went out there and bought the book. I actually was a little bit disappointed. Like a lot of people were hyping this up as one of the best, comic books of all time. I thought it was okay. And what I've seen from the trailer is they're taking a lot of the parts I liked from the story and then potentially streamlining it and making it better for a movie. Like they're bringing in Lobo, who wasn't in the original story and stuff like that. So I'm more excited for the movie now that I've seen the trailer and see like the things they're changing up.
Yeah.
That I think it's gonna be a good time.
And I forget the lead actress's name.
Millie Alcock.
Yes. Yeah. I thought she was fantastic in Game of Thrones. She was really. I was very disappointed when they shifted the time period forward, and she was, they got the older actress to play, who's good as well. But I thought she was really good. I really liked her.
And again, you got Jason Momoa, who's been wanting to play Lobo since he was cast as
Lobo.
He is Lobo. So I think it's gonna be a good time. So I think it'll be good. Any other movies you want to mention before we dive into Doomsday?
That's about it. As far as the movies, like I mean, it's just been obviously overshadowed by the one that we're going to talk about next.
Yes. So let's get into Doomsday. So over the holiday break, they released, because they're trying to get more money for Avatar 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
It is crazy trailer, teaser stuff. So we had the Captain America one.
Steve Rogers.
We had the Thor one. We had the X-Men one.
Yeah.
And we had the Black Panther Fantastic Four one.
Yes.
So we had all these teaser trailers trying to hype this up. What are your initial thoughts based on these and going into it?
Basically, I mean, obviously when they show you certain things out of the Steve Rogers one, I was like, yeah, of course. I got nothing from it. I was when they were just like, oh, Steve Rogers is going to return. And it's like, yeah, of course he is.
We all knew that.
We all knew this was happening. The Thor one, again, was kind of the same thing. It was just like, oh, Thor will return. Yeah, well, we knew he was going to be in it. So I don't know why that's a shocker. The X-Men one, I would say, was the one that I enjoyed the most, mostly because of the Cyclops scene.
Yeah.
Looked just absolutely amazing. Yeah. But again, it was just it was a snippet of
2
nothing.
seconds.
You don't really know what's going on. And then the oh look, we introduced 2 characters that haven't met yet in the Wakandans and the Fantastic Four. Oh, look at this. It's well, of course they're in the movie together. Of course they're gonna meet each other.
Yeah.
I can see now why they took the trailers. Not that I'm not excited for the movie, but the trailers are just I think their intent was to obviously generate a lot of excitement and whatnot, which obviously, due to the conspiracy theory running crazy people that are on the internet who have just dissected these 30-second spots to death. I look at it and I was just who gives a shit? Give me a trailer.
Well, again, it's if you've been paying attention, we knew all this stuff, right? So I think it definitely was more for the normies of oh yeah, shit, this movie's coming out. Oh, there's Black Panther, Fantastic Four, type of thing. So I can see it's for the normies. I think it's for us as comic book fans that are really into this. It's give us the full thing, type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, and some of the speculations and the rumors that are coming out, you're hearing a lot of the actors that are playing the various characters coming out and going oh yeah, the comic fans are really going to be this is awesome. And I know the most recent one that I heard was James Marsden.
Yeah, Marsden.
Yeah, Marsden came out and just said the X-Men fans are just going to be this was amazing. They're going to be very happy with what they see. I've heard all kinds of rumors. Apparently the movie opens with a fight between Spider-Man and Wolverine.
That'd be sick.
I've heard, you hear all kinds of shit, and unfortunately, Marvel has done. No, I guess not unfortunately, but Marvel's done a really good job of just bolstering up the rumor mill, to the point where even if you see shit, you're not really sure if it's real.
Yeah.
So really, until I see an official trailer come out, I'm excited for it. I'm curious to see where they go with it. I'm still not hitching my wagon to it to say hey, this is going to be just the greatest thing ever, because you went and overpaid Downey to come back and you got the Russo brothers. That's not a guarantee for success.
Well, that's what I want to get into here real quick is I think my biggest fear with Doomsday and getting into Endgame and stuff like that, or not Endgame, sorry, Doomsday into Secret Wars, is that I think they're just going to really paint over everything that happened in those last couple phases, which I agree they weren't the best phases if you had to rank them all. But I do think there was some really good stuff in there that I feel they're just going to ignore. Even if you look at phase 1 to 3, there was a lot of stuff that wasn't that good, but they were able to still have a cohesive storyline that built up to Infinity War and whatever. I feel what's going to happen is Russo brothers are going to be we had nothing to do with phase 4, we had nothing to do with phase 5. All we care about is what we care about, so that's why we brought back Downey, that's why we brought back Chris Evans. And we're going to do whatever we want, and they're going to really ignore everything else that happened. And I feel if they do that, that's really going to piss me off.
I'm just really spoiling to see an Apocalypse versus Moon Knight fight with the same actor playing it. That would be very fun. But this is what I mean, though, right? Do you even think Moon Knight's going to be in this movie? No. There's a good chance that they're going to be oh, it didn't get good enough ratings, we're just going to ignore it. Even Eternals,
I agree, Eternals wasn't the greatest movie of all time, but like there's still good enough stuff. You can't just 100% ignore it. Like that's crazy. And then I also feel
Eternals was only as good as them not owning the rights to the X-Men. That's all that was.
But like what I was gonna like, even my argument is like, why didn't you get somebody, instead of going back to the Russos and just like, hey, it worked last time, let's just do it again? Why wouldn't you get somebody like Sean Levy, who did Deadpool 3, who's already proven that like he can work within the current continuity, he can work, and he can do multiversal stuff and have a good time.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you get somebody like, or even the guy who's doing Spider-Man Brand New Day? Like I think he originally was supposed to be kind of doing this,
because this was just the meme I saw, which was like, it was like one of those like, fire axe.
Yeah, breaking
case of emergency, and it was Robert Downey Jr. and the Russo brothers in it, and that's just basically all this was. Is they're floundering, and they went out and got them. Now I'm not saying they're not going to do a good job, and it's not going to be a great movie. It's just I'm not, just because they're back. You have these like sycophants that are just like this is the greatest thing ever, and it's like you haven't even seen it yet. Like calm down.
Yeah,
it looks good. Some of the stuff that we've seen in the trailers, the little bits that we've seen, really the only thing I care about is the X-Men, because that looked epic. Because it looked like there was a boot of a Sentinel in the background, and Cyclops going nuts.
Well, he's in his costume finally.
Yeah, and he's in his costume. So I mean, like, there's some good stuff there, but it's like we don't know. Like, I mean, based on the cast, the ideas that are being thrown around, this movie better be 4 hours long. Because if not, you're gonna see like snap glimpses of people. And I don't see how that turns into a good product.
Like, I think this is my prediction for it, and I think, we'll see what happens. I think what's going to happen is the movie's going to start off like you're saying, like you're going to have this crazy battle to start it off, but then almost majority of the people shown in the first 10 minutes are going to be wiped out. Yeah. Like, I think because they brought back almost all the old X-Men, like they got Nightcrawler back. I think
it's funny how you say old,
but like 20,
because they are old.
They are old. I mean,
the actors are
100%, right? Like even Alan Cummings is doing Nightcrawler. It's like, dude, he cannot do a backflip. What are we talking about? But like, I just think that
CGI.
I think that's true. I think they brought them all back just for the shock factor of killing them all within the first 10 minutes.
Probably.
And I think the majority of the movie is going to be the incursion of the current MCU Earth with the Fantastic Four Earth. Doom is going to be, we got to fix this.
Which Fantastic Four Earth?
The one from the recent movie. Not the Fox one. Not the Fox one.
Not the two Fox ones?
No, not the two. Well, Chris Evans got killed in Deadpool, which was funny. But yeah. I see what you're saying there. The Fan Fort stick or whatever. Yeah. That'd be funny. But like, I think you get the current first steps, and then you get the current MCU Earth, their incursion. Doom is going to be like, I can help fix this for the majority of the movie. Meanwhile, they're like button heads, like Wakanda versus Thing.
And there's an instant trust because it looks like
he's on their
Tony
side.
Stark.
It looks like Tony Stark, right? Yeah. But then it's going to turn into, he's going to go like, no, this is my Earth now. And he's going to go reshape it into Secret Wars. That's my prediction. I'm sure a lot of people have that prediction, right? But I just feel like a lot of this, we brought everybody back. It's just a bait and switch and they're going to kill almost everybody off, type of thing. Which is going to make me pissed off if they do that, type of thing. So
yeah, I mean, I think with the X-Men, it's probably due just because all the actors are getting so much older. Some of them probably don't even want to play those characters anymore. So like you have to, like, everything else has had a restart except for X-Men. Yeah. So I can understand the X-Men part, but I mean, if you just bring back, let's just say, they brought back Steve Rogers just to kill him.
Yeah.
Or I think you're gonna upset a lot of people with this movie. So
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just I guess where I'm at with it is like, it looks interesting. There's a couple things that have piqued my interest with the teaser trailers that have come out so far. But the long and short of it is, I haven't seen enough or can trust enough of what I've heard to really make a judgment call as to like, this sounds really good. Mm-hmm. All I know is it's got Dr. Doom in it, who's being played by a guy that played Iron Man, and it's got the directors from the two most successful Avengers movies that they've put out that capped the 20 years of movies that they did prior to that. So
we'll see what happens.
We'll see, I guess.
Yeah. Overall, like we talked about a lot of different things. 2026. Do you think it's gonna be a good year for comic book fans, or do you think it's gonna be mediocre? What's your crystal ball prediction? What are you feeling?
I think it's gonna be good because I think that the work that independent comics have done Plus, I feel like DC really kind of stepped up their game in a couple areas, mostly with the Absolute Universe. But I mean, where they said like, hey, we're going to get a writer and we're going to get a good artist and we're going to tell some good stories. Really sent a message, like a shot across Marvel's bow to go like, oh shit, we got to get our shit together. So you're seeing more of that, where comics are getting launched with good artists and a good writer, taking things in a new direction. You've got a reset coming with Armageddon. You've got these movies that are coming out that again are also being threatened by, well, look at what they're doing with DC.
Yeah.
Or look at what they're doing with other properties by by other comic industries. And I think this is a warning to Marvel. Like, you gotta, like, that free ride bullshit that you did for the last couple phases, where you were just like, what does it matter? We just put shit out and people watch it. It's like, well, now we have an alternative.
Yeah.
We can watch other stuff. We can read other things. So you better get your shit together.
Yeah, I 100% agree. I think especially when it comes to Marvel, this could be a really good reset year for them. Like, let's get back on track. Let's see, because they were killing it for a long time and then they completely lost it, right? So
during that first 4 phase or whatever it was leading up to the end of Endgame, like, man, they had some great runs of comics. Great movies, obviously. Like they did some stuff, like some like they really were crushing the competition.
Yeah.
And then they dropped the ball so hard and left the door open for other guys to get in. And I don't know, like, I mean, I'm seeing some decent stuff out of DC that I'm happy with. Seeing a lot of great stuff with independent stuff, because that's where your writers who actually can really do a really good job writing, and aren't demanding a proper dollar for the quality of the work that they do. That's where they're going, and they're telling some fantastic stories. And how long is it going to be before one of these other comic books gets picked up? How long is it going to be before we see a live action Invincible?
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. Right? Yeah.
Or Bug Wars, or like some of these other things. Like, I could easily see some of these things being picked up. So. Yeah.
So yeah, those are what we're looking forward to in 2026. Obviously, who knows what's going to happen?
Plus, it's the beginning of the year. Of course, it's going to be a great year.
Yeah, of course it's going to be great. Yeah, we're going to talk to us in 6 months. We'll see where we're at. Yeah,
see where my tone is come August.
Yeah. But yeah, let us know in the comments what you're looking forward to this year, as well as make sure to follow us wherever you find us, and we'll keep plugging away.